Hi, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of City Spotlight. I'm your host, Pablo Pereira. Today we're at A.E. Wright Middle School for the 12th Annual Relay for Life, sponsored by the American Cancer Society and in large part by the city of Calabasas. It's an event to help raise money for cancer research and also to educate people about the disease. And Matthew, why are you here today?
Because I had finished my cancer treatment and now I am a cancer survivor.
Talk to me about that. You also have a cancer too, don't you? And how do you feel?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? You guys are like two of the youngest guys here that has this. What do you think about being so young and having to deal with this? Is it hard?
No.
No?
It's like for the first day it was hard, but when you sometimes in a couple days you get used to it. You get used to it.
You do? Are you a pretty brave guy?
They call me Braven.
Braven is your name? I like that. So instead of Aiden, we call you Braven.
Yeah.
Okay. Matthew, you've been through this before. You've gone through all the treatment and stuff, and you gave a nice speech a little while ago. And tell me what this whole event means to you.
Well, I think I'm happy to be cancer-free, and I don't know, it's overwhelming, but it makes me happy to see that we all completed our journey through cancer.
You're both wearing purple shirts today. You are a duo cancer-surviving couple.
Luckily, yes, for me. I had breast cancer 20 years ago, and this is my 20th year of being cancer-free and a survivor.
And how about you?
I had skin cancer 4 years ago, and I'm free for 4 years, so things are looking good.
What's it like for a couple? I mean, you had to deal with her illness 2 decades ago, and now you have to deal with another type of cancer with him just 4 years ago.
I think it was easier for me to deal with him. He wasn't a wonderful patient, and I would never say, oh, I'm glad I went through it, but having gone through chemo and radiation, which is what he went through, I was a little bit of a help knowing how awful he was going to feel and trying to give him some tips on how to get through it, and he did really well, and I think that was the reason that unfortunately I'd been through it before.
So how did she help
We had
you?
young children. The tough thing for her when she went through, we had young children, which have now grown up and they're fine, but
How did she help you with her experience?
she's just very supportive. She went to the doctor with me. She helped me with chemo. She kept me company at radiation. I mean, I had the full barrage of radiation and chemo sandwiched in. It was bad, but I'm glad it's over, and I'm glad that I'm clear for 4 years.
So Jennifer, Ernie is 12 years now here in this area. How's your 12?
It's been a great time. I've had fun. I've met some amazing people like Ernie. It's been fantastic. We have raised over $1 million here in Calabasas, and we are just proud to have everybody come out and join us.
Ernie, you're another one of these purple shirts. That's a good sign and a bad sign. You don't want more purple shirts, but you don't want less purple shirts.
Yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword. We want the purple shirts because we want the visibility of what we're here for. At the same time, in my opinion, if they go down, that means we're doing a good job. So we definitely want to eliminate the purple shirts eventually completely.
And for those who don't know, wearing a purple shirt means you are a cancer survivor.
That's correct, and I'm a colon cancer survivor, and we got all types from breast cancer to skin cancer. A lot of people take that one for granted, but that's a real danger and one of the easier ones to prevent, so they're all well represented.
A lot of kids don't think that they get cancer, right?
Yeah. Most people don't think that kids get cancer.
What do you tell other kids your age? How do you explain this to them?
I explained that it's never going to be out of my system. Like a virus, it can come out eventually, but for me, it's permanently in my body, but I tell them that I can contain it.
You think of cancer and you think of the age factor, and we just interviewed two young little boys, 7 years old and one a little bit older. This is not a disease that really discriminates.
No, unfortunately, we've had two little boys at our own elementary school over our 20 years that we've been there that have died from cancer. So it's really touched us very much as a school, and I think that's why we formed a team.
You had skin cancer.
Yes.
We're in the shade, thankfully, right? We live in an area with lots of sun and lots of heat. What would your recommendation be to people?
Well, now on 2020 hindsight, wear sunscreen and wear a hat and try to stay out of the sun. I mean, you still can go in the sun. I mean, and growing up, I was on sailboats all my life. I was a fisherman. I snow skied. I was at the ocean with my friends, and just got a lot of sun over that time. If you see anything that develops that doesn't look normal, go to the doctor immediately. On skin cancer, if you catch it early enough, hopefully it can be removed and everything can be fine.
What do you see as the goal in this program? I mean, how far have we come in those 12 years and where do we need to go?
We've actually come very far. We just got another Nobel laureate this past year, so we're up to 47 for the American Cancer Society that we funded in their treatment. So funding, education, we have all these teams out here doing educational things, so just really educating our community. We have services here, like Ernie mentioned during our opening ceremonies, Road to Recovery, where a volunteer drives a cancer patient to and from their treatments. So just getting our services out there and making sure that people know what we're here for.
How do you feel about events like this? Why are they important?
I love it. I'm also the Bay Laurel librarian, and so we unfortunately have been hit in our own staff so hard. Out of 35, 40 women, we've had 6 women been touched by cancer. We're all walking today, and we're just a wonderful support, and that's what this is that you sort of come and feel like you're not the only one, and you're not the only one, and it's wonderful. I hope all this money's raised year after year, and I hope we don't have to do this one day.
Folks have been involved in this Relay for Life event for quite some time.
Yes, the city actually started 10 years ago as a sponsor of the event, and we will continue to be so. It's a fantastic opportunity to have the community come out for one purpose to raise money and awareness.
And you guys seem to always be the big breadwinners, so to speak. Are you making a challenge out there to get some other people involved?
I'm happy if somebody beats the city. I think that's wonderful. That means somebody else has raised more. And as far as I'm concerned, it started with the city by the staff. The staff raises the money, they do all the work. I get to push a little bit, especially because I'm mayor now, but the best part of it is the friendly competition amongst the teams.
What do you think an event like this really does?
I think it brings awareness to the community. It raises money, obviously, for research and to help find cures for various cancers. But to me, most importantly, it brings the kids out, starting with the elementary school on up. And those kids will then become aware, become engaged, become involved for the future as well.
Yeah, we know that you were out here in support of Braven, as he likes to be called. We just interviewed him a few minutes ago. He's a special little kid.
He really is. He is a lot of personality. I was going to get him up there to speak, but he's waiting till next year. He is a fighter. He is a funny, engaging, intelligent young man, and he's loved by his classmates and his friends and family.
What does it say when a little boy like that can be that brave in dealing with something like this? And those of us who are a little older tend to maybe shrivel up a little bit when we think of the word cancer.
I think the most important thing it does is it tells all of us if that young man can act this way and fight, then we have really nothing to complain about with little things. And when it comes to big things, it sets the example for us.
How far has treatment come in the past 12 years?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's come a long way, and probably more than I know. There's more scientific there than I know, but I mean, more survivors, or we're getting more and more people surviving cancer every year. Every year the numbers go up and the mortality rate goes down.
I may get this statistic wrong, but I think I'm pretty close. They said 20, 30 years ago on a death certificate, it said you died of natural causes. They said 20 years from now, maybe 50, 60% of people will die of some form of cancer.
I think it's just because they didn't know what it was then. Things were going undiagnosed. If somebody died, they just assumed what it was. I think people are more aware of their bodies. They're more proactive about things. They go to the doctors more often, and we're able to detect those things and get them earlier.
What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Just from finding a polyp, it's something they may not have been able to do, 30, 40 years ago, to now that can prevent cancer if they find it. So they've come a long way in that regard.
All right, I'm here with Robert Yalta. Everybody knows you, it seems like, right? It's hard to forget you.
I hope so.
What's with this tropical Hawaiian-themed city booth?
Well, when we started City Team, we decided to choose one theme every year, and that's Hawaiian style. Our T-shirts, original shirts that we had, it had Hawaiian theme, and it's just celebration and hoping this will add some more fun into this event.
And the fundraising for the city is this starts tomorrow for next year, doesn't it?
That is correct. It never stops really, but the heavy effort is right before today that each team can compete, challenge, and we do different type of events to do additional fundraising rather than individual team member as a city.
Why do you partake in this personally?
Well, I lost my father and my father-in-law within 6 months of each other to cancer. This is a day for my sons to remember their grandfathers. Actually, later on we will sit down, talk about grandpa, what they did, how they fight the cancer, and it's just a day that we remember. A part of this relay is remembrance.
All right, I'm here with Alexandra and Andrew. They are students at Calabasas High School. I would assume, since you're nearly at the end of your schooling, that you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, I've been doing relay this is my 4th year.
Why do you keep coming back?
Because it's a great experience, it's a learning experience, and it's great to give back to all the cancer patients out there.
And why, is this your first time or no?
This is actually my 2nd year, and I'm looking forward to coming back every year from now on. I love it. I love coming, I love being with friends, here for a good cause, and yeah.
What did you learn from the speeches this morning?
To never give up. If something like that would ever happen to me, I learned from all their courage and their bravery that I can really get through anything that, any obstacle I come into contact with my life. And I've learned for those that do have cancer, to reach out to them whenever I can.
What about you?
Just keep on fighting, and anyone can get through it if they have the support, and relay is a great example of what the community can do to give back to all the cancer patients and the cancer survivors out there.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of City Spotlight. We hope you've enjoyed the program. If you'd like more information on Relay for Life, you can always go to our website, cityofcalabasas.com or cancer.org. I'm Pablo Pereira. Thanks for joining us.